Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And right away, he lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for Indy. 59 yards. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They go play action here on first down. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked.
Let's go.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20.
Alshon Jeffrey. 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 70 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. Now Wentz. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And here are the Colts offensive starters.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Luck's throw finding T.Y. Hilton complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the red zone now, Luck. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Luck. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. They'll run here with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things, but take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But when a tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Throwing is Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And across the midfield stripe in 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 45 on second down, Luck. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Wentz going to lead. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wentz going to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's got this down to the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Wentz now to throw. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Running with Howard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
They come out here in the I. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
On second and goal, Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys are able to regain the lead. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Luck. He's got Jack Doyle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Luck. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught by Funchess. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Luck now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Funchess has it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Luck going to bring him up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Luck. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing again is Luck. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So the 3 points here, they're still
when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. All right, time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing now is Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 22-15 was the final. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Sony Michel, 84 yards on the ground. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field, and it's been a good game. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 39 yards there, a big one. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Here's Wentz to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's... break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. Wentz feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 6 yards away. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their halftime hold now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 27, Luck. Catch made here by Campbell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. Luck now 14 out of 70, 82%, and it's first and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. From the 45 on second down. Luck. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. On first down. It's Mack, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now, second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Back to throw. Luck into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe, because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Check 52.
Here we go on fourth. Luck. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe you're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Charles, you'd say the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw is Wentz. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. He's got the hook up once again to Jeffrey. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, good for an Eagle first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 at a first down. On first down, it's Love. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Love. And the catch made by Hilton. And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Luck now to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. This is caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Luck. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On first, they go right back to Howard. Spinning away. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On second down now, it's Howard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Colts will 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Philadelphia, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.